Now, before you start yelling at me saying I'm copying Andrew Huberman with the black button down, that's not why I'm wearing this. I have a more somber event that I have to attend to later today. That's not what I'm here to talk about in this video. Maybe I'll make a video on grief down the line, but what I'm here to talk about today, because it crossed my mind last night, was this concept. And I've talked about it before, but the victim's mind, the victim mentality. You've heard an awful lot about this in the self-improvement space. But what I really wanted to dial in on is that the victim mentality is the ultimate tier of acceptance. Why do I say that? It is the ultimate tier of acceptance because let's take the economy as an example. A lot of people will point fingers at Biden and the economy he's caused, and while that's a contributing factor to why things are so expensive and it's tough to get by and blah-de-blah-de-blah, it's not the end-all be-all. It's not the end of the world, so to speak, when it comes to your life and your finances. But a lot of people use that as a scapegoat for the situation that they're currently in. Now, the problem with that is they are accepting the fact that they are just perpetually screwed until the economy gets back on track and goes proper again. You do realize you are accepting your fate at that point. You are accepting the fact that the economy's screwed and somehow you're screwed by extension. It's eliminating all level of maneuverability you may have. It's eliminating possibilities in your mind that you could explore to set yourself up in a better situation. You could pick up a second job. You could pick up a third job. You could pick up more hours at the job you already have. You could start that business you've been putting off for so long. You can cut out unnecessary expenses like streaming services, going out to eat, drinking, partying, door dashing your food in because that's freaking expensive. Learn how to cook. Make consistent meals for yourself that are relatively cheap. Cut down on your expenses. Increase your income. All of a sudden, now you've got FU money. Right? Or relationships would be another example. Oh, the other gender's trash. The other gender's this, that, or the other. I'm screwed. The dating market's screwed. I'm going to be alone forever. You're eliminating any possibility, any chance of you getting a date by thinking that way. You're eliminating, again, all maneuverability, and you are accepting reality instead of trying to change it for the better. How do you change your life for the better in the dating game? Well, you improve who you are because you attract what you are at the end of the day. I did a video on loneliness a little while back here. It was called Lonely or Alone, and then the title, or in the thumbnail, it says, yes, there's a difference. Go and watch that, and you'll get a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. You need to develop the capacity to be okay by yourself so that you then have the capacity to give for the joy of giving rather than being a taker in relationships, taking their love, taking their time, taking their intimacy, taking. There are a lot of takers in this world, and it's why the dating game is effed up. Become somebody who is capable of giving, and then look for people who also are capable of giving. That's how you fix that, right? And obviously, self-improvement as far as grooming and how you dress and yada, 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 that goes into play as well. But you already knew that. That's the basic stuff. Fitness. A lot of people, they will accept the conditions of their fitness due to genetics, right? Oh, I don't have a fast metabolism, so I can't lose that weight. Oh, I'm an endomorph, and so I can't really pack on that much muscle. This, that, or the other. They got a million different excuses as to why they aren't in the position that they want to be fitness-wise. And when they play the victim like that, they are simply accepting the fact that they're not going to be in shape forever. Do you have any idea how far this rabbit hole goes? This applies to everything. If you are a victim in any sense of the word in your life, you are giving away all your power, all your leverage, all the doors that you could open to maximize who you are. Now, who you are at your max level, it may not be a whole hell of a lot, but at least you'll do your damnedest. David Goggins, if you've ever read his story, he was supposed to be a bloody statistic. The dude grew up in a terror dome with an abusive father, was plagued by toxic stress all through school, didn't know how to read until he was bloody 17 years old, and grew up next to an active sect of the KKK. Guess where all those MFers sent their kids to school? And he became who he is because he was relentless in looking for those opportunities. He did not decide to stay a victim of life. He decided to, instead of being at the effect of life, being at the effect of the things around him, he was going to be the cause for the circumstances in his life. You can do the exact same thing. I did the exact same thing. I used to be a perpetual victim. I used to blame everything but myself. I used to be in this mindset that my life was screwed because of factors outside of my control, and that left me with no options. In all areas of life. Finances, fitness, and dating. It's how I thought. And then I read a book called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. That book's about leadership, but it taught me about life. It taught me that if you take full responsibility for the conditions of your own life, whether they are your fault or not, and you stop being a victim of circumstance, you gain all the power in the world. Okay? I hope this struck a chord with you at some point in my rant. If it did, great. Utilize it. If it didn't, watch it again, listen more closely. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here, I give little anecdotal rants about things that pop into my brain, and I hope, sincerely hope, that you found some value in what I said. If you did, by all means, use it. Other than that, if you wanted to connect with me, talk to me, message me, all that fun stuff, I got a free Discord server. It's the top link in the description. Other than that, get after it, kick some ass, and I will see you next time.